What did it do that for? Are we live now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we're live. Come on,
Did
Slab.
not give me the countdown. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Codex Station. I'm your host, Nice Dallas Slabbed Guy. Joining me, as always, is Dan DeKelly Art, and of course, J-Dub over there. But our special guest star tonight is Louie from Heroes Corner Comics. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good. I think Louie froze in excitement.
Did he? You still with us? Oh, wait. No. He froze up again.
Apparently have
a little freeze,
but
That's all right. That's all right. All right. We'll go ahead on with this. So we got these, it's our usual Saturday night. Oh, he's gonna jump back in probably.
Yeah.
Our usual Saturday night stuff. We're gonna show off our latest pulls of the week, any back issues we may have picked up, and of course, whatever Louie wants to show off tonight for his books will be awesome when he's back, of course, online. Uncle Gary will not be joining us tonight. He is at Heroes Con, and he is enjoying himself, getting signatures, getting books, and already spent his load of cash. And that means anything that we all make in a year, he's already spent it there at the show.
Yeah.
What's up, Richard?
And he told me that he wasn't even.
I got him.
Okay.
He told me that he wasn't even going to spend that much because he's saving most of his money for Baltimore. And I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
We all knew that was a
one
lie.
of the things he got that he sent me a picture of last night, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Nice. No more freezing there, Louie?
I don't know what happened, but it locked up and I'm back now.
Sometimes it does happen when we hit that live button. It's happened to us a few times too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of glitching while we were talking earlier. Like it'd be, buffering for a second, then the audio would cut out and then come back like maybe a chipmunk, but it'd be all right.
Right. So
Very cool.
I have made a plan, boys.
Uh-oh.
So next year I will be back in Baltimore for sure.
Nice.
And I'm probably bringing my brother and a friend.
What's up, Talking Geek?
Hey,
Good
Well, I told you,
conversation.
man, you can crash at my place for free, and it's the bed in the guest room has got the trundle bed that comes out from underneath of it. So
No, I'll sleep on the doggy bed.
I don't have to talk. So
I meant at the foot of your bed while you're sleeping.
I said you can sleep in the bathtub,
That's
but
not
you'll have to
creepy at
fight
all.
Sonny. That's fine.
I ain't fighting Sonny. Sonny can't leave Chicago half the time, so
Well, I did get I did hear back. I did get the 2 press passes for Baltimore Comic Con this year.
sweet. So you and Sal.
Yeah, or me and
Sweet.
whoever. So you know what, Sal? Now you got an excuse to go all 3 days because you get in for free.
Yeah, looks like I have to, huh?
Welcome.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it
Welcome
going?
aboard. Welcome to the show.
I told you my plan of attack for this year is Friday. Is film every day. But
Yes.
Friday, signatures, talking to creators, doing all that. Saturday, kind of scouting books and stuff. Sunday, getting some stuff, but Sunday doing the big purchases.
Right. No, I
Very
hear
cool.
you. You guys need to help me bring back one shots, so that way when you guys meet the creators, you just ask them a quick question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, going to I don't want to make my the con video I've been kind of thinking about for a while. Leading up to it, I want to make this year be like, all right, here's some of the tips I go by for do's and don'ts for cons.
Yeah. Do wear deodorant.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not. You don't have to worry about that as much here, but the AutoCon, the anime convention they have up here. I had a buddy that went to it, and he said they did come over the loudspeaker at one point during it, and they made an announcement that said, for everyone staying here, all of the look at this.
He's here.
Oh, there he is.
We know. We all heard.
This came over the loudspeaker and
Uncle
said,
Gary.
all the rooms have, have soap, shampoo. We highly encourage everybody staying here to use them.
Oh, God. Nasty. All right, you want to get business out of the way here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go ahead.
Go for it.
All right. You know me. I'm Sal, the Slab Guy. Thank you very much, Dan. You can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner or under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. Dan, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and what you're doing? Whoops.
Nobody cares where they can find me. People care about this.
Yep.
2
There we go. God.
Golden Age books.
He bought,
he's
bought it
broke.
for us.
That's true. It's not as crowded around you without deodorant, from what I hear. What's up, Pam?
Hey, Pam, you missed
You missed all the
sports
sports talk.
You actually you did. We did the sports talk. We did the sports talk before this, but you know what? We could talk again. The Ravens just signed Jair Alexander. That's some nice depth for the secondary there. That's right, Richard. Slabbed the Sal guy.
Sal guy. Yeah, Richard. We don't need to talk about that, Richard.
But
you very
yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Post a few times a week. I had a couple followers above 900, and now I've dipped back down to 899. I don't know what it is. I just can't crack that 900 and keep it there. I don't know why. I just keep hovering about it. So, go on and give me a follow. Help me get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal. Buy some artwork so your money may become my money, so I can use that to buy comics. I've been posting sketch covers recently. I've got a whole stack of sketch covers that I'm working on right now. So that's what you're going to see posted a lot in the next few weeks, as I got this stack of sketch covers and I'm trying to burn through them and get them out the door. So if you want some, they could be yours. And I'll even get them graded with that nice yellow CGC artist label that I got. And my goal this year, I've said too, I want to get sketch covers that I can do the art for creators that are going to be at Baltimore this year, so I can get them to sign it. So I've looked at the creators that are here, like Eddie Barrow's going to be there. I already did a Superman one for a book he did. I'm like, all right, Chris Claremont's there. I got to find a book that he wrote that has a sketch cover that I could do to get him to sign it. Same thing for Garth Ennis and some of these other guys. So that's a goal I'm working on.
Good plan.
All right, very good. All right, Jamie, before we jump around to you for your introduction, let's go ahead and introduce this guy over here in the bottom corner here. This is Louie Arbs, also known from Heroes Corner Comics. Louie, why don't you tell them where they can find you, what you do, and all the good stuff.
All right, you can check us out at heroescornercomics.com, or you can visit our Facebook page. We have our store page, and we also have our insiders where we have kind of special deals and to kind of deal with offline claims. We're also kind of recently teamed up with League of Comic Geeks. We migrated over from Diamond Service, the previews pull box. I don't know if we want to talk about that in the show. That's a whole show by itself. So we migrated tools to use that for like subscription and pre-order pulls, where we offer like 30% off on all your subscriptions, all your stuff that's in before FOC. That's like the great tool to use. It also has a whole bunch of like key collector type stuff where you can manage your collection, all kinds of different options with it. It's a great tool. It's way better than previews. And let's see what else we got going on. We have a great big summer sale going on. We can talk about that later on, though, after we get through introductions.
All right, very good. Then now we have he's not our host tonight, but he's our main man, the big cheese, the guy in charge. It's J-Dub right there. Tell us about you, J-Dub.
You can find us at thecodexstation.com. It's your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch, meet the team, let us know what you like and don't like, and find us on all of them.
Would that be the socials?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. We all have the socials here. All of us. And we're just dripping it with it. And as Uncle Gary likes to say, we want to give them to you. So just check us out on any social media. Just do at the Codex Station, and you'll find us there. Give us that like, follow, subscribe, so we can get this content out to everybody.
Yes, please do.
Mm-hmm. Best corner on interwebs, the only corner we put baby in. That's right.
Well, we know Sal spends a lot of time. On the corner selling his meatball sub, if you will, so that he can get money to spend on Louie's corner. We always make the jokes that what he's like putting Louie's kids through college, and
They appreciate it.
There's no hate here.
The day when he's always like, oh, I got this coming from Hero's Corner. I got this coming from Hero's Corner. And, make the joke that, man, the day that you get your delivery from that, your mail guy must hate you that day.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the day you have a pallet sitting outside.
Yeah.
Is it like a few times?
I'll tell you what,
often than not.
That's not a bad idea, but I wouldn't want to do it on a black sketch cover because those are a pain in the ass to work on.
Ooh. Yeah.
Usually when I get my my Heroes Corner Comics call, it almost fills a short box on itself.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it. You've
close to that about now, yeah.
Yep.
He knows from his invoice.
Yeah. Thank God for paying 4. Thank God for paying 4. Let me just tell you. All right, then. Let's go ahead and start off with our latest pulls for tonight. Jamie, did you want to go for?
You want to kick off the show?
Yeah,
I guess we got to kick off the show.
We got intros and graphics and all kinds of stuff. Come on, Slabbed.
All right, fine.
Oh yeah, Louie. Sal's official name now is Slabbed the Sal guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't change my name, okay? I'm watching it tonight.
No
all right,
promises.
let's go ahead and kick off this intro. And
Getting whispered that's actually peanut.
No. We're not talking about that.
It's a sketch color of cover. Come on.
No,
No, I did that Ghost Rider sketch when was it year before last when I did the sketch covers for everyone for Christmas, and I did that black Ghost Rider one for Kevin. That's a pain in the ass because you can't draw it in pencil or anything because it's not going to show up. So I had to use I had to get a silver gel pen, but I'm not going to just draw on there with a silver gel pen because you make one mistake, you can't erase it. So I had to draw it with a blue line pencil, but even that was still kind of hard to see on it. It was just an absolute pain in the ass. And I've got a Black Venom one here. I don't think I'm even going to do anything with that. I think I'm just going to try and put it on eBay for like $10 and see if somebody wants it. Cause I don't want to mess with those again.
All right, then let's go ahead and kick off our intro and get the show started. We'll see you guys in about 10 seconds. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Codex Station. We are now in the live show for you tonight. It's Saturday night. What comics do you got? I'm your host tonight, Sal, the Slab Guy. Down there is Dan the Man Kelly. Of course, we've got our special guest star of Louie from Heroes Corner Comics, and of course, our main guy, the master man right there, J-Dub. So what's going on, guys? You ready to show off some books?
Yep. Ready as ever.
All right, Jamie, I think you should go first.
Yep, go for it.
All right, hang on. Let's go ahead and get you a big screen here. Boom.
All right, I'll kick it off with indies.
Why not?
So,
the
first one I got,
Indiana.
I can't say the first word of. So, From the Abyss, number 12.
You can say that word. You've done it before.
I suffered dash from the abyss. Yeah, I've said it. Next up, we have Exquisite Corpses, number 2.
Nice.
Fun book.
Did you get the polybagged one?
No, I did not. Last for my indies, G.I. Joe, number 8.
Oh, that's a nice cover. That's a nice cover.
Still love that series. And then we're going to jump into Marvel, because that's it for my indies with The Ultimates, number 13.
I did go through that and saw that they gave my boy the Human Torch a little bit to do in it.
Yeah. Weapon X-Men number 5, which I think this wraps up the series, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, it was just a mini.
West Coast Avengers 8.
Nice.
Got Wolverine number 10, and I absolutely love this cover.
Yeah.
That is.
Some old style Logan right there.
Mm.
Let's see what else we got here. And this one. Yeah, I did. There we go. X-Men number 18.
Yep.
Nice.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah.
I always like it too when they incorporate the logo into the cover.
Yeah. We got a thick boy with Aliens vs. Avengers #4 to wrap up the series.
I have not read the series. I collected the issues, but I have not read it yet. Has it been good?
Yeah, the first issue was. I got to go back and read it all as a whole because it took forever to come out.
That's exactly
It's
what I'm
not what
doing
you
too.
expect.
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man #6. Little Black Cat action. Yes, it is Talking Geek. The Avengers #27.
Nice.
And we got Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #9.
I gotta have one.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good reveal on who that guy was when Moon Knight a few issues ago when they revealed who he was when Moon Knight was going after him. Like, I totally did not see that at all.
Yeah, and probably my favorite cover from Marvel so far. I've seen all the covers for the previews for it, but Bring On the Bad Guys #1 Doom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool. Is that Mark?
Nice.
I don't know. I can find out if it actually would tell me. What the fuck? No, it doesn't even have anything in there. I'll look it up though.
That is one thing I like about DC is that they put the variant artist right there on the cover in the barcode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of DC, that's what I'm jumping into next. Absolute
What a
Flash #4.
See, that's a cool cover.
Yeah. We got Superman Unlimited #2.
Oh, that's a good cover.
Yeah.
We got Detective 1098.
Nice.
This cover I was not a big fan of, but I still like it because it's Nightwing 127. And you can see
I
him
like that.
right there.
Yeah. But isn't that his symbol in the building lights?
Yeah.
I think that's cool with the buildings turned
The
upside down.
old style symbol.
Yeah.
We
I
got
also look at that as an artist and be like, man, that would be such a pain in the ass to draw.
all those windows.
Yeah.
All those perfectly straight lines that have to be where everything has to be, perfectly measured out or it won't look right. Ugh.
Right. Titans #24.
Nice.
We've got I got an indie that slipped all the way to the bottom. Look at that. Never mind. I got one more indie. Wonder Woman #22.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
And then
What's up, girl?
yeah.
That Doom Bring On the Bad Guys was Lee Mermijo.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like grabbing them. Because that's like cover artist of the year for everyone.
Yeah.
But my last real indie, Bug Wars #5.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you love that one, don't you?
Oh, I love this series. It's dude, every content creator that I've talked to for the Codex creator series, this book and Ghost Machine comes up every single time. Everyone I've done. It's insane.
Nice.
So I did realize that there is an Ollie's literally down the street from me now.
Oh,
So
nice.
ran there just to check it out and ended up getting Wonder Woman by George Perez Volume 1 for $5.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a steal for $5.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And it is issues 1 through 14.
Oh, awesome.
That's
And
nice.
then the
Nice
last
pickup.
book I got, I'm not going to lie, because I know I talked about, going through a little bit of a rough time right now. And like I said, at some point, I'll bring up kind of why. But the guys sent me a gift, and it was from the Jim Calafiore signing, and they got me Blue Devil sketch
Oh yeah.
by him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So thanks for making me cry, you assholes.
It even works because it's a blue logo too.
It is.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
amazing.
Sal helped me with that. Like I said, we were both there, and I was like, man, we should get a sketch cover. We should get something to Jamie to send him up to, try and cheer him up a little bit. I'm like, I don't know what character to get. And so I was like, well, Blue Devil, he likes him. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And I went, let me make sure they got a Justice League one there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything for me.
All right, very cool. Dan, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We're just doing new stuff, right? We'll swing back around for the back issue.
Back issues. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
that's a great deal for that one. That's such a good one too for Perez.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, Richard.
Yep.
For anyone that missed it last week, we got we all know. Hey, what's up, Mr. Keith? New profile.
Mr. Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Richard is a big Dexstar fan, so we got since Califury had done the Red Lanterns series as penciler for a while, we got Sal is the one that actually bought the comic, the one with Dexstar real big on the cover, and then got Califury to sign it, and then he had Dexstar saying Lobo sucks. That's Richard. This is I don't know, man. Just thank you for being Richard's not just a good fan for us. He's a
fan for everybody.
Yeah, he does so much to help out the community with all these different YouTubers and stuff too. So, all right. Anyways, I got my DC stuff first. I got Zatanna number 5, which I think this is the last issue of the series.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's been.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's been okay. Hasn't really been great, but Zatanna is one of those characters. If you like the character, whenever anything comes out, you got to buy it because you don't know when the next thing is going to come out. So you got to buy it and hope that enough other people are that they'll go, oh, okay, maybe we should make something else. So we'll see. We'll see. She just had another miniseries recently too. So before this one, so hopefully she gets something else. Like Jamie also got Titans 24, but I got the A cover. Got Detective 1098.
Yeah.
Which this has been fantastic with the new creative team. And you look at the back of the DC comics, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on this summer from the back of the DC comics.
I have no idea.
What's going on with them, huh?
Something with that guy. I don't know. For indie stuff, I got Vanishing Point number 2, and I love this cover. I love how they have like the price sticker on here on top of the old price sticker, which it's not, it's part of the art, but I love the whole design of this cover. If I hadn't already had it on my pull, this is something that I definitely would have seen on the shelf and been like, man, what? It's one of those ones that draws you in. You're like, I got to pick this up and flip through it to see what it's about. Yep. Flash Gordon 10. This book's been really good.
I like that cover.
Yeah, it's cool. It's had some really good art, surprisingly really good art. This one, I know this came out last month, but I realized I got Geiger 15 last week. I then realized I missed 14 for whatever reason, so I got 14. Let me ask you this, Louie, since you do the boxes. The guy, John, that runs my shop, he said there's been a problem with the Ghost Machine stuff, that for whatever reason, it keeps dropping off of the pull lists, because I noticed Geiger was off of mine again the other day, and I had to go and add it back on. And he was telling me it's just the Ghost Machine ones, but that it happens all the time for various ones from it, that they'll just drop off their pulls and they'll have to add them back on. Is that anything you've had a problem with?
No, I haven't seen that so far with League of Comic Geeks. I know with previews and stuff like that, we would have issues where like they would change like an issue code number or something like that. So we might get it like a request on like the old code, but they wouldn't actually update it for the new one. So somebody might have ordered the book using the old item code, and then they changed it and then didn't get it because they changed it to a new, like maybe they changed like the related or something like that. And but as far as like seeing and like I don't see it like dropping off as like a subscription type thing, just more like the item itself getting ordered. And then also now that Image has just completely gone away from Diamond, like we had issues where we had stuff ordered through Diamond for Image, but then once they wouldn't even fill stuff that had already been ordered, like a lot of these places when they've been leaving Diamond have been saying, we'll at least fill the orders, prior to that, but Image was just like, no, we're out. and so we had to like reorder all the stuff really quick through Lunar, and then or some of the stuff we didn't even realize got dropped until we started noticing holes and stuff where people would be like, hey, I didn't get I got this issue number 15, but I didn't get 14 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd have to go look and be like, yep, well, yeah, we ordered it from Diamond and didn't get it, and let's see if we can get it from Lunar real quick.
Okay.
Most of the time that's been successful.
That's good. Yeah, our shop uses Comic Hub where we can go on and do stuff on there, so maybe
okay
with that too.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that service, so yeah, we were using Preview's pull box before, and that was pretty good for the most part. I mean, I liked it, and then I like Comic Geeks a little bit better. I think there's just a lot more.
I like it too, actually. I like it too.
Everything.
All right. I also, like Jamie, I also got Exquisite Corpses number 2. I got the polybag version. If you get the polybag version, each month it has a card that comes with it. This is the only.
Did you get the foil card?
It's not a foil card. It's a. I guess they're going to do like a card game or something afterwards. So the whole premise is that there's all these different killers. So there's a different card in each issue of the polybagged one, and then it's got, you can see there's some stats and stuff on here. So I think they said that they'll have it where you can, when the series is over and you have them all, that you'll be able to use it for a game. So I don't know if they're going to have it where it's just these cards, or if they're going to release, like, it kind of sounded like that's something where they were going to release a bigger card game that you could use these with. But either way, if it gets a little extra something on there. And I don't know if I'm the only one, in these polybagged ones, for this book, it comes with the, like the board with the kind of design on it in the front and the back of the cover. So you don't actually see the cover until you open it up. I mean, I guess you could see why with the blood splatter. Am I the only one that when I put it in the bag and board and I put the card in the back, that I also save the little card thing?
Nope, I usually do that too.
What?
Yep,
I usually do that too.
I'm just like, I mean, other than the fact too, it looks cool. I like the color design on it. I'm like, it's just the completest collector in me. I'm like, I gotta have that extra little thing that I can save.
And part of the reason for they're not using like the clear poly bags is the card that comes with it. There's about 1 in 10 or so that it's a foil version of that card.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. I just
yeah, but they're just kind of like randomly inserted in them, and on the number one, you were able to kind of like lift it up, like the little sleeve thing that's in there. You can kind of like you can kind of find them, but on number 2, I've heard that's much more difficult. I didn't look on either one, honestly. But
okay, because I was wondering, because on issue 1 it had like the the kind of card cover thing like that. It had it on the back of the book, I think, but not the front, or it was on the front and not the back. But issue 2 has 2 of them. There was this one on the front, and this one on the back. So I guess that explains it. Like they have the same one from issue 1, but then they got the one on the back too to I guess to cover up the card. I didn't know that there was a foil thing too.
Yeah, make it harder to figure out which ones are the limited foil versus the regular ones.
Whatever. I don't have the kind of luck that's going to get me a limited foil card. But for Last of the Indie stuff, I actually got these as a Kickstarter that I backed, and it actually just came in the mail today. And I did the interview with Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor about this a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
and sure enough, the Kickstarter came today. The Painkiller Jane and GI Zombie.
Oh, nice.
Issue 1 and issue, there, and issue 2. So is a 2-parter series that they put them both up at the both issues at the same time, and the paper films. I haven't backed all their Kickstarters. It all depends on if I have the money at the time, but I've backed 5 or 6 of them, and it's always quality stuff. I wish I had the money that I could get these like super limited edition Amanda Connor covers and stuff that they do, but I'm still happy with with the regular A cover, and I'm looking forward to sitting down and reading this series. And when he talked to me, I said it before, when he talked to me, I did not know this. I knew that G.I. Zombie was a character that he had co-created for DC. I didn't know that DC had the deal that if you create a character for them and they go a certain amount of time, I think it's like 10 years, and they don't use the character, you can go then buy the rights to the character back from DC and take it yourself. And then DC at that point will be able to say, oh, actually, you know what? We want to keep this character, and then you come to find some financial settlement with them. But with this, they were like, hey, you haven't used them. We want to buy it back so we can use them. I don't know if Marvel has anything like that. I haven't heard of it, but I thought that was something pretty cool for DC.
Mm-hmm.
So now Grant Morrison needs to go buy back the rights to Aztec so he can start doing that again. All right. Yeah, for Marvel, like Jamie, also got Wolverine 10. Got the Aliens versus Avengers #4. The series is not at all what I expected it to be, but I still enjoyed it. West Coast Avengers 8. Hoping that keeps going for a while. And, of course, Moon Knight #9. Legacy #249. So
one more.
But we'll see what big things Marvel has in store for them in the next issue. And that's it for the stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Louie, do you want to go next? Show off some stuff?
Sure.
All right, there you go.
Sure, I got a handful of pulls for the show.
All right.
First up, I had to grab this one. It's the Bring on the Bad Guys Doom, the 1 in 25, the homage to the Iron Man cover with but this one has Mr. Fantastic versus Doom. I'm kind of glad it survived and nobody claimed it, so that way I can keep it. It's Jeff, the Archer variant.
I almost got that one. I was like,
Jeff's just cute as hell, and I just had to. It's like a guilty pleasure. The Ghost Rider versus Galactus.
Very cool.
Then Spawn, Curse of Shirley Johnson. This is the second printing. Or no, this was the McFarlane C cover. And then let's see what else we got.
Cool.
Also, the Exquisite Corpses. The this was like the secret, variant. I think the last one was #1. It was like the Friesen, and then this one, and then it'll be somebody's secret next month.
Could you hold that one back up again because you froze on us?
Oh, sure.
Can you hold that one back up? You froze on us. There we go. There you go.
Oh, that's cool. Now is that a ratio one or just
no? That was just an open order, but when they they list them as the secret variant. So on #1 it was Jenny Friesen, and then this one was Lotte, and then who knows what #3 will be.
So they don't even tell you who the artist is going to be.
Nope, just says secret. And then we've got the absolute Batman, absolute Superman, and absolute Wonder Woman #1 connecting Spears foil. Well, I kept the foils, but there's a foil and non-foil variant. Or that's the same one. Sorry.
The middle one. There you go.
That's all right.
Let's just do one at a time. There's the Batman.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman.
Very nice.
And then the Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hold that Superman up one more time.
On fire.
Oh, do that Superman one more time. All right, very good.
Okay.
You froze up on it.
Yep, it's up.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. So there's a short little stack I pulled for this.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, then I guess I will go next.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. All right, so I'll start off with Independence, and I love this series. It's really cool. Vatican City. This is #3. Back a little bit. There we go. It's vampires. They're trying to invade the Vatican City for the archives because there is a vampire queen that's hidden in the archives of the Vatican, Vatican City, which is just cool. So good series, good read. It's got some pretty good art to it. Just give you a little splash page here of it. So it's pretty cool. I like it.
Is that a mini or an ongoing?
Oh, this is definitely a mini. I think it's only going to be 5 issues. I don't think this is an ongoing at all. All right, on to DC. I only got one for DC, and then, of course, it's the Batman 1098.
Nice.
On to Marvel. I also got Bring On the Bad Guys from Doom, but I got this one. But I got more
Nice.
covers coming from HCC. Louie
Yes,
knows
sir.
this. But I love this cover. That was pretty cool. Got the Spider-Verse Venomverse with the Cyclops cover.
Nice.
So is that Cyclops? Is that Spider-Man as Cyclops or
Yep.
Cyclops
Yeah.
as Spider-Man?
Yeah, he became part
Spider-Man
of the
Cyclops,
Spider-Verse side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know that. I mean, that's Jamie's favorite X-Men.
That's why
I
I
know.
dropped the title.
We got Iron Man #9.
Nice.
Amazing Spider-Man with a little black cat action.
Mm-hmm.
I love this X-Men cover. X-Men 18. I just love it. I love how they put the title incorporated what's going on with the cover. This is
Yeah.
pretty cool. And of course, I got Wolverine #10 as well. And if you didn't know what was going on with Marvel these days, you can also tell with Marvel what's
Yeah.
also going on with them.
It's
All right.
disappointing that movie apparently is going to be a big loss for him because I thought it was really good. All the
Same here.
all the reviews are talking about how good it is, and just whatever reason people are just not going to see it, which is a shame because it was really, really good.
All right, and we got some foily good action here. This is Emma Frost White Queen, little foily action. Trying to get that with the glare. Jeez. All right, and of course I got Godzilla versus the Avengers.
I like it.
Noise.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
That's cool.
All right, and that is my weekly pool stuff. So on to back issues. Dan, do you want to go first with this? You got the largest stack tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, there you go. Ooh.
All right, so I got I went to the dollar show the other week and got a bunch of stuff, and I didn't show it all off there last week because there's a whole bunch, so I broke it up, and I'll show off some today. So the rest of it now. So I'll go through them. I'll go through the chunks of them pretty fast. So if there's anything you want to stop and you want me to stop and hold up a little more, just let me know. So as I am continuing to collect all of the original run of Valiant, I got the first 5 issues of Ray. I don't know how you say it right, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think 5 was the last one he was in, or one of the last ones before. They killed this iteration of him right off pretty quickly, and then introduced another one. I got I'm also working on completing my Blue Beetle run, so I got Blue Beetle 6 and 21. So I believe, I got my list here. I believe that gives me, that completes. These are the last 2 that I needed to complete my Blue Beetle run.
Go ahead.
Also working on Booster Gold, so I got, as I say, I don't really think Thunderbolt's going to be. Yeah, I'm talking about, financially lost for what they spent on it, compared to what they're making on it is, I don't know, but Booster Gold #9, #11, #12, and 14. So this puts me 4 issues away from completing that first volume of Booster Gold.
Nice.
Now you picked these all for $1 each, right?
Yep. Everything was $1 each. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing too. They might be, but they
July
could be.
1st it hits Disney.
Yeah. Got this great old miniseries, America versus the Justice Society. So I got the whole series there. 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as this one shot, Last Days of the Justice Society. that came out right after the miniseries. So I'm looking.
That was a good Spectre cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That is awesome.
So I'm looking forward to diving into that. And then this is all from the same run.
Jeez.
Justice League, the second volume of it. And so there's like I said, anything you want me to hold up closer or longer, let me know. I'll just fly through it. I got 21, 36.
Sales favorite character.
Yeah. 70, which I think I had 70. I just didn't have like this one on it. So 83, 84, 86, 89, 92. Now, this was an interesting storyline they did where they introduced his character Triumph. And the story was that he was one of the original founding members of the Justice League, but he got sucked into some kind of time vortex, and everybody in the world and the Justice League forgot about him. And then he, gets brought back into modern day, and then all of like, oh yeah, all of a sudden, we remember him. And then he pretty quickly turned into a villain, and then pretty quickly after that got killed.
We need him to be brought back and fight Spider-Boy in the upcoming Marvel and DC crossover.
Yeah.
And they can argue about
it. Was an interesting thing. Anyways, we got 93, 94. This was when the series was not really that great. Not the greatest Justice League roster, but I'm just talking about from what I've read in all the articles where they say they spent the budget with this much and it made this much, and there's the discrepancy, but whatever. I enjoyed it. I hope they I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the characters in the next Avengers movie. But yeah, series wasn't great at this point, but when you're collecting the whole run and they're all $1 at this point.
Yeah. Gotta do it.
Yeah. 100. This is when DC had all their books had this, this kind of cover for each one. 101, 102, 103, 104, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, and the final issue of it, 113, which, is not really the roster that's going to strike fear into the hearts of villains everywhere. And then annual 3 and annual 4. So with all of that now, to complete the run, all I need now is one issue from the main run and 2 of the annuals, and I'll have that complete.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
nice.
That's awesome.
So it's always satisfying when you can have, when you have, your list of stuff you're looking for, and you can not just X out the issues you need, but you could cross it off the list.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but that's awesome. It for back issues for me.
All right, Jamie, you don't have any back issues to show this time? All right. Louie, do you have anything you want to show for back issues or any other good stuff?
I did not pull any back issues, but I have been making some trades to get some lately. So hopefully they show up soon. I got some Amazing Spider-Man coming in, so hopefully plug in a couple numbers on my run there. It's pretty much impossible to find the Spawn numbers I'm after. That 125 to 180 section where impossible to find the unicorns. And then I finished Ghost Rider. So
really
nice. Nobody was buying it, so I thankfully got, I think, what was it, 174 and 175 are like the first 2 Gunslinger appearances, and I got one of them before they just shot up to insane amounts. And like now, I think the other one I need is like something like $300 or $500 for it, and I just can't bring myself to pay that for a Spawn book. I'll have to eventually, but not right now. But since we're talking about back issues, it is a great time to mention that over at Heroes Corner Comics, we are having a big summer back issue blowout. 25% off our Heroes Corner Comics variants, including the brand new Archie Meets Jay and Silent Bob one shot that we did a wraparound Ivan Tao exclusive for. That's even in the sale right now.
Nice.
So 25% off on those, 40% off Marvel and DC back issues, trade paperbacks and hardcovers, toys and bundles, and then 60 back issues and other retailer exclusive, or other store exclusives from other stores, because they're not ours. And since you're watching this, check out or use the code SALPAL and you'll get an extra 15% off those already automatic discounts.
Oh, SALPAL.
If you can,
SALPAL.
yep,
is
you
the
can
code
save up.
word, huh?
Yep.
So how do you end
Throw that in.
up? How do you end up with store exclusives from other stores?
So way back when I first started, selling books, I mean, Sal knows I kind of started around with this, just selling off my extras, and then it kind of branched out. So some of these stores would, a lot of these stores, they sell off a lot of their stock to other resellers first. So if you might notice, the same people have like 10 or 20 of a copy. So I was one of those guys for a while, and like some of these stores would reach out and be like, hey, how many bundles do you want? And so I'd, grab them and, distribute them out to my people. And so now I just have like a few boxes left of just all those. And then now we're just kind of like, looking to downsize those and get them going.
All right.
That's,
That code word
especially
is
from,
SALPAL. I love
other
it.
stores, exactly.
All right. I only have one issue to show off for back issues, and that's
right.
Ooh.
House of Secrets number
Oh, nice.
91.
That's
That's
a
the
good
key
one.
one, right? That's the key one, right? I'm
Yeah.
joking.
So close.
92 is the key. Yeah, so close. But I bought this from one of the guys on one of his Facebook seller pages. He has a lot of old X-Men books I like to score from, and I did not cash in on the X-Men books this time, but I got a nice House of Secrets there, number 91. So pretty cool. Death by Eagle's
Nice.
Talon. It looks good though.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
Yep. It's good. It's a great color. It's a little beat up. It's got some damage here on the sides.
Yeah, but that
that's
comes
all
with the territory with those.
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
It was well
All
loved.
right. Well loved indeed. Oh, we're
Well,
all
grade
messed
is
up.
better
Let's
than
go
no
ahead and
grade.
straighten everything around here. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what Dan says.
yeah. I say that all the time. My budget. That's what my budget operates in. There's another dollar comic show coming up next month that I'm going to try and go to as well. So you'll have to let me know if you pick up any more Detective Comics on your list, Jamie, because otherwise
It'll be a bit.
I'll keep an eye on this dollar show if I'm able to make it up there.
What dollar show are you going to?
It's a clandestine comics one.
When is that? When is that again?
July 13th.
Okay. All right, I'll see if I'm free to join you on that or not. I'll let you know. I'll let you know
All
on
right.
that.
So how's
All right.
everything going on the corner there, Louie?
Yeah, tell us more about the corner.
Well, we're mainly focused on our subscriptions and pre-order stuff right now. We've kind of backed off on exclusives for the most part, but once we heard about that Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob, we had to reach out to Archie and kind of get something going with that. So that kind of brought us out of retirement for that, and I'm really looking forward to having this book in hand. And even though I can technically read it right now, I have the digital copy. I'm waiting till I actually have the physical book, and it's been tough, honestly.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith has been, Clerks, Mallrats, all those major influence growing up and, throughout the years. And so happy to support, this project with them. And he's the one that wrote that book. He's been, writing some more Marvel stuff coming up, including like some of the stuff for the Marvel and DC crossover. I think they just announced that for what was it? Green Arrow and
Green Arrow and Daredevil.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a big good one.
Really
I think
good
that
runs
just
on
got
both of
announced
them.
like yesterday or the day before that, something like that. And so that's been. So other than that, things been kind of going pretty strong and steady. No real complaints.
Very
Trying to
cool.
clear out some back issues stuff, save some space, and
Yeah.
keep things
Definitely.
plugging away and going.
So what type, since you're
is
a retailer and you
Definitely
see,
fun. Sorry, go ahead.
and I was gonna say, since you're a retailer and you see the stuff coming in, you're seeing what everybody orders. It's not just when people kind of talk
Sure.
about theoretical, like, oh, this is selling out, this is not selling out. What do you see that's selling the most, and that's maybe not selling as much as you thought it would?
Mark Spears has been on fire. Like,
Yeah.
he can, anything he puts out is pretty much gone almost instantly, unless we order like a whole extra, ridiculous amount of it. Surprisingly, James Tinian, the fourth books have been kind of sliding off. I don't know with him if it's just he's been putting out too much, and personally reading them, it almost kind of seems that way, like he's focused on quantity versus quality. But Exquisite Corpses, I'm really hoping, and from what I'm hearing, the buzz around is pretty damn good. So I've got 1 and 2 pulled. I haven't read them yet, so I can't quite comment on that. Same with a lot of stuff that's been modern. We were working on the inventory stuff, up on the website. It took about 2 years to actually get done and complete. I think I've got last week's stuff that I need to get up on the site, but other than that, pretty much everything's current. And now I can actually go back and read stuff. And so it's been nice. I've been doing it in binges, and but I'm still about a year and a half behind.
So since you don't have a brick and mortar store, you just have the internet thing. When
Yep.
the brick and mortars will order obviously enough of each book to fill their subscriptions, and then the stuff to
Sure.
put on the shelf. So how much, after you fulfill your subscriptions, how much extra of each of these things do you order for, for people that might want it, that miss putting it on their list?
It really depends on the book and how much buzz is kind of around it. Like Exquisite Corpses, we're going a little bit heavier on, especially in the first and second issues of something. But other than that, it really kind of I don't want to have too much extra stock at the end of the week, but at the same time, also, if it's something that I think will probably do well, either, not necessarily right now, but long-term going forward, sure. It's kind of a weird time right now. Everybody's budgets are kind of hurting right now. I've noticed a lot of our people have been cutting back their, pull lists and things like that, if not just stopping them for the moment altogether. And, unfortunately, $5 and $6 cover prices are, the new norm, and that's just how it goes. So I also kind of I don't think this is necessarily a long-term. I think things will eventually economically kind of recover to the point where, sure, the prices are like this, but most people can afford it because, their income is finally caught up. And so I think this is kind of like where it might have been in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where there's a little bit lower print runs on stuff, and then people kind of try to find this stuff later.
Yeah.
At least that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like when
now one thing that had a lot of hype was them doing this Hush sequel in Batman, which was kind of fun because it's almost like you've used Hush DC's used Hush many times after the initial storyline, but whatever. It's Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee coming back. At least at our the shop I go to, the local one, they ordered ridiculous amounts of all the covers for the first one, so they sold a ton. And then they expected a big drop off. Did you see anything like that where there was?
I saw the exact same thing. I had a whole bunch of people that wanted that very first one, and then basically nobody wanted the rest of it after that. Yeah, it just went back down to like the regular people that just got it anyway. So the very first part of that arc brought in a whole bunch of extra people, like all the hype around it. But then, that didn't really sustain it through the storyline. It went, I mean, even like the Lotto connecting covers didn't really hold interest for people. And those people usually will get the whole set, but people kind of ignored it this time.
That's interesting. All right, then. I guess we can go ahead and wrap this show up then tonight, unless you guys got anything else you want to add or say. we can go ahead and wrap it up. Oh, she goes, damn, I don't buy moderns. It's 5 6. Yeah, Pam, that is. And if it's like a foil or a special book or something like that, or a thicker book, it could run anywhere from like $7 or $8 up to 10 or 12. Easy.
Yeah, they're not, it's a sad state when you look at a book and it's $4 and you're like, oh, this is only $4.
Yeah.
Like only $4. What the hell?
Yeah. And of course, you pick up a back issue of this, it's like 15 cents. Like, God.
Well, that's why we encourage people to subscribe and order before final order cutoff and save 30%.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And yeah, thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. Once again, I am your host, Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is Dan the Man Kelly. And right there is our special guest of honor tonight, Louie from Heroes Corner Comics. And of course, right over here is our big man, head cheese, J-Dub. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. We will see you next week for podcast, Comic Character of the Week, and another week of Comics Unleashed. We'll see you then next week.